It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
You decide when you lose, not other people.
And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. Today with Melanie Mack.
Makes your skin soft and...
And in this world of insanity, we are graciously supported by fans of common sense. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch and Spotify and possibly coming soon to Apple Podcasts. What's going on, everybody? Hi. I'm Stuttering Craig. Happy Friday to you guys. Man, do we have a good week, and man, are we going to just totally mail it in going into the weekend. No, I'm just kidding. We have a great show today. I'm very, very excited to have Blabs back. Hi, Blabs.
Hello, hi. I spilled eggs on myself like an idiot today, and I thought you all should know.
Thank you. Where did you spill it?
Oh, I just on my sweater. I was eating in my bagel, right? And it just and I was like, ah, but it's fine.
All right. Melanie, thoughts on eggs?
I love eggs. I eat eggs pretty much every single day, so I approve.
All right.
Eggs are amazing.
Did you eat what spilled on you, though?
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to waste that. I mean, it was a scrambled egg, right? So you could just pick it up and just, it's all good.
I also had
on
eggs.
that nutrition.
I had eggs today, too.
Nice.
Look at that. Man, eggs, Canadian bacon, a little bit of cheese. Let's go get on it.
Very
Love that.
discount bacon.
Discount bacon? No, well, yeah. Healthier bacon, I guess. Not as fatty bacon. I don't know. But I love bacon. I love bacon. But I only want to eat bacon if I'm not eating bread. That's the problem.
I feel like we need to do like a food stream one day and just talk about food. That's it.
We should.
I'm writing it down.
And we have to have pickle juice for that one.
All of the pickle juices. That's right. Look, we got an awesome show. Melanie, first off, it's great to have you back. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
I'm so happy to be back. Yes, I'm recovering from a cold, so if my voice is a little weird, that's why. But I've got cough drops on hand. I took some cold medicine right before this stream, so I'm ready to go.
Tell you what, man, it's been going around. It's been going around. Everybody knows somebody who's been sick lately, and so my wife had the flu. My daughter got strep yesterday, and pretty much the entire week I've been telling myself, "Don't get sick." So
elderberry, eat your elderberry vitamins and stuff.
That's right. The tick rule says that cooking stream would be 67% of Craig denouncing carbs. That's right. Yes,
love it.
I like pasta.
I hate carbs, but man, are they awesome! I love them. I can't stop eating them, Mel. I can't stop eating.
It's tough. It's
just
tough.
the junk food.
I'm Italian. I can't not eat pasta.
Labs, what does a good meal look like as an Italian?
Well, I mean, I can give you an example of what I had last night for dinner. So I had pasta, and I had tuna sauce in it, tomato sauce, tuna, I should say.
Tuna sauce?
Yeah,
tuna sauce?
It's like tuna sauce. You know, like you crush up tuna, you put it in a pan with tomato sauce, some capers, some black pepper, some spices. You mix it all together, some onions, and then you put that on the pasta, right? So you get your protein in there also. I mean, tuna is really healthy for you.
I've never heard of tuna sauce.
I made it for a couple friends before. Really good.
Tuna sauce. This is a new thing.
Yeah, it's crushed up tuna, right? But you have little pieces of tuna, like from a can or something, right? Mm-hmm. Not like fresh tuna, obviously, because I can't do that. But like little pieces of tuna can.
What type of pasta?
Any kind, really.
Like spaghetti?
I mean, you could. You can do it like farfalle or something like that. It doesn't matter.
Farfalle, spaghetti, rigatoni.
Well, no, that's butterflies. It's the butterfly ones.
Oh,
right?
I don't. I was just listing.
Just have the good brands. Barola's not very good.
Craig just had to show off his Italian.
Well, every time I try to show off my Italian, Blabs puts me in the corner, which is really upsetting. Speaking of, we have this new setup where we can put Blabs hanging out. She's gonna hang out down here whenever we're talking, Melanie.
Whenever I'm in trouble.
Whenever she has nothing to say,
okay.
she can just go down. She gets put in the corner, which is great. So. But yeah, we're going to have a great show today. Very, very, look, we got a lot to talk about. But first, I want to remind you guys, we're live over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Make sure you guys hit the follow button over there if you like free speech, because there's going to be a day in the not too distant future where YouTube says, you can't talk on our platform no more. I'll tell you this, the yellow dollar sign, which For those who don't know, and why would you know? If you are a creator on YouTube and you say anything that is even the robots of YouTube deem anywhere nearly inappropriate, you get hit with the yellow dollar sign, which says, hey, we're going to limit your reach and we're going to limit your money. And that has been a consistent theme on the channel pretty much for the last month and a half.
Oh.
Have you run into that at all, Melanie?
I think I have enough female privilege that it doesn't happen to me too much. I have not had that happen in several months, and that was only because of a trailer footage and all that. I think part of it is because you would think I would, because I even will sometimes drop slurs on there. But I think it's just because I don't use curse words or anything like that. And so I think it's just that the robots are just like, oh, okay, this is a clean channel, all this kind of stuff. And I guess I just haven't been flagged as the bigot that I am.
Maybe, Craig, you need to tell the world that it's actually me uploading the videos, and then we'll get out of the limited.
Yes.
It's a female doing it.
You
Good
need
point.
the female privilege.
upload.
Good point.
Can someone make me a female privilege card? I'll just keep it on my desk and be like, ah.
There you go. Throw it at any point. That's right. Memers, go crazy. Yeah, well, that's something that we're definitely in a battle with over YouTube, and it will be a consistent battle. So there will be a day, not in the not too distant future, where we say, "Hey guys, we're gonna need you," and I'm just giving you a heads up. So also, we have a Twitter account at SideScrollerPod, which you can find memes and videos and all sorts of stuff at. Make sure you guys go over there and hit the follow button and join us over on X. We also have an Instagram account, which we'll post memes on, don't we, Blabs?
We do every day. There is a new post, except for weekends. But we're almost there to the 1,000 followers. So follow us on Instagram, or else.
Oh,
You don't want no smoke from Blabs.
I'll tell you, Blabs, she'll lay it down. She will kick your ass. She has no problem with it.
Yes.
Some dudes may like that, Blabs. It's kind of weird.
I should probably stop advertising that. Be like, yeah, do it. Step on me, mommy.
Mark that for the intro, please.
Yeah.
That'd be great, please. Just put a time code down for that.
All right.
If you are new to our channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and join the 57,713 wonderful common sense seekers and lovers who have subscribed to this channel over on YouTube. Would really appreciate that. Do us a favor, hit the like button as well. Our goal is 300 likes every single show. We're currently sitting at a mean 122, but we can get those rookie numbers up. Also, speaking of rookie numbers, well, not really rookie numbers, because we had one of the biggest streams ever the other day, Melanie. We had 310 members in a single stream.
Oh my goodness.
Blew the socks off the record.
How exciting.
Crazy stuff. So let's see if we can beat that today on a Friday.
Come on, guys.
As Alan starts us off with one gifted membership. Alan.
We're getting it. We're getting it.
Let's go. But our goal is always 20 for the day. So let's go do our best to get to that 20. We'd love to see that. Thank you very much, Alan. I really appreciate you getting us started. Jose Ataku came in and says, disappointed in Melanie, no talk about Godzilla.
I'm sorry. I've been sick. Lots of stuff going on with my family and all that. So I haven't had a chance to see it, but I will soon. I truly think this might be the best Godzilla movie ever. And that's saying a lot. So
Wow.
I am extremely excited for it.
Wow. The best Godzilla movie ever?
I think it might actually be, because it seems like the overall story element, everything, it feels anime, it feels intense, it feels awesome. Because what we see a lot with, especially the more old school Godzillas, there's some very cheesy people stories and stuff. I mean, and the American ones were even worse when it came to the people stories. But this time, I think we actually have something epic on our hands, and I cannot wait to see it. I love Godzilla's design. I am just obsessed. I can't wait.
Wow. It comes out today, huh?
Yes.
That's awesome. Speaking of things that are epic in our hands, Kinetic with 10 gifted memberships today.
Yay!
Let's go. Boom. Look at that Kinetic right there. Join the wall of... Uh-oh, I lost my headphones. Oh, no. Let's go here.
I don't like this. I'm trying to find music for when we get
I just
memberships.
hear like space music.
It's called Dance Pop. But you know what? This is what they really want. They want the song.
Okay.
It's feeding the duck.
I
Just
feel like
smooth.
okay. I feel like if I do this again, I gotta like slowly move back. Oh, that's maybe the worst thing I've ever done in
That's
my
gonna
life.
make you're gonna have all kinds of gifted subs. You have to have the hot dog tied around your waist.
Let's go. Kinetic, thank you so much. Also, Big D is a brand new member. That puts us at 12 today.
Yay!
Let's go. Get on that. And Certainty Off Stripe came in with 10
Wow.
gifted memberships. What a start to the
Okay.
show. Oh,
Back it up, Craig. Back it up.
Oh, his name's Clegg now, by the way.
oh, okay. Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Hold on. There we are.
there we go.
Oh, hold on.
All of this.
Look at it.
There we go. How do you hype someone up with this music?
We gotta get our Riz on.
I don't have Riz.
I don't have Riz.
There we go. All right.
What's up with the ducks in the chat? What is that
It's
about?
because this is the song called Feeding the Ducks.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hey, let's go feed them ducks. Let's go. Feed them up. Certainty Off Stripe, thank you so much. That is 22 members for the day. You know, that's right. Chess is right. He says that sounds like baby making music. That's, man.
Member
let's-
making music.
Yes.
Remember Megan? Yeah.
Hey, feed them ducks, y'all. Let's go. Alan came in too. Says eggs with bacon and a splash of white vinegar. I've never been a white vinegar
Interesting.
guy.
Adding white vinegar.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've never heard that one.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow. Neither have I. Jake came in and says, hope y'all are well. Have a great one. Hey, we
Thank
will,
you.
Jake. Thank you. And Gary's Beard Crab says, Melanie robo tripping stream. Let's go.
Robo tripping. What's
even-
that?
I have
Is
no
it
idea what that
StreamYard's
is.
being stupid where
Maybe.
they can't hear us sometimes, but we can hear each other perfectly fine.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a weird
StreamYards.
StreamYard thing. And Sailor Dream says, hi, Craig. Hi, Sailor Dream. Good
That
to
says
see you.
hey, actually, Clegg.
That's that was a Crag.
No,
Good.
no, I'm telling you, Clegg. That said hey.
Blab, shut up.
Okay,
Go to the
over
corner. There you go. There you go. All right, look, we're gonna have a great show today. We're talking about the completionist thing. There's more news coming down on the completionist story, the charity potential scam, which is crazy to think about. I was shocked to learn that Melanie did not see the news about Elon Musk yesterday.
I didn't. I was dead to the world for almost a week. So
Listen.
yeah.
I cannot wait to show this to you. This is going to be great. And as well as we have some an update on that, which we're going to show you guys in a little bit. We have some new characters in Fortnite, which will blow your stinking mind, which may be it's chef's kiss. This is a guy who doesn't even like Fortnite. I think it's great. Also, some GTA 6 news is coming on the way. Blabs has on the schedule last month of 2023. She just wanted to tell everybody that.
Yeah,
So
that was
that's
for you to be like, happy December 1st, pinch and a punch for the first of the month. Open your advent calendars, day one.
pinching a punch
Yay.
for the first of the month. First time I've heard that.
Anyway, yeah. Well, there it is. But yeah, it's the last month of 2023, so make it a good one.
As opposed to every other month, don't make it a good one.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah,
Yes.
specifically, this has to be the good month.
This is
And
this
on
is
a
your best
high.
month. Yes, and on a high, for sure. So yeah, look, we're gonna have a good one today. Wheeling Through Life with Brian came in with a 10, says it doesn't make sense. You can tweak on, twerk on YouTube, but you can't say certain words on YouTube. Well, listen, Brian, that is way too much.
Logic.
Way too much common sense. Way too much common sense. The fact that you can stick your butt out and shake it for a camera, but I can't say a word like farfalle, right? I don't know if you can say that or not. I'm sure you can say it. I'm just saying.
Butterflies.
Is insane. And Brian, thank you so much for the 10. Greatly appreciate that. Kratos came in and says, it's the greatest. It is the greatest Godzilla movie. Seeing it again tonight. Oh, he says, it is the greatest Godzilla movie. It is the greatest Godzilla movie. Seeing it again
I
tonight.
cannot wait to watch it. Oh my goodness.
I've actually heard that it's very good. Every single person who's been tweeting about it says it's great. So
Wow.
that's nice. Something
I
good to watch.
cannot wait. Oh my gosh.
Wow, okay. The character development is amazing. Godzilla is amazing. Mel, you're going to love it. All right. That's great. Thank you very much,
Yay!
Kratos. All right. That's great to hear. Ed came in. There we go. Ed came in, was a brand new member. Thank you very much, Ed. Ed Gergens. Ed, like your AI generated picture there. Whatever it is. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate that greatly. And Hayden came in with the $20 super chat. Hayden, thank you very much. Tip of the cap, friend. Says, from what I think many of us in the chat understand, feeding the ducks is a way to say self-gratification. Hail G2s, hail the fellowship, hail the 199. Hayden, you go feed those ducks. Thank you so much, Hayden. Appreciate that. Bama Ham Yum says, I'm afraid the Troons will invade GTA 6. Well, we'll talk about GTA 6 in just a second. Extra Zero came in and says, my wife got me beef jerky advent calendar. Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Where? From where? Wow. Important information, Extra Zero.
Probably Amazon. They got all the things now.
He says, first flavor was root beer habanero. Wow. Happy December and happy Friday, G2s. Let's freaking go. Let's go, Extra Zero.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's great.
That sounds great.
And Pixel Game Squad. Oh, man, I love those guys over there. It says, Craig, my boy, studio is almost done, so my body is ready to join your beautiful face. Also, text me. I got a new phone, puppy. Yes.
This is Pappy, not Poppy.
Poppy. Listen, I'm so excited for what they're building over there. And yeah, I listen, 100%. I want you on here. I want to be on there and everything in between. It'll be great for sure. If you haven't, please go subscribe to Pixel Game Squad. Great channel. Awesome. And great podcast as well. Give it up for
Sean.
What?
His name's Sean. I just call him Sean. That's his actual name. We can't read that.
Give it up for Sean. Sean with the 1 gifted memberships. That's 24 today. Thanks, Sean.
His name's actually Sean. So we just call him Sean because no one in the right mind can read that. It's like,
Hey, appreciate that, Sean. Greatly. And Matthew came in with a
Whoa, a red boy.
$100 super chat. Says it's this week has been a terrific week for you guys, especially with that Wednesday stream. You get 300 new members. I'm happy for y'all, and I'm glad to see Melody Mac is doing better. Enjoy this, and don't use it all at once. Happy Friday, everyone. Matthew, guess what you get? You get to pick a song. Oh. Feed them ducks. Let's go. Matthew's going on the wall. The wall. Les, can you sing real quick?
Matthew's going on the wall.
No, what? The song just ended.
Oh, because it ended.
Get it looping. Again. Let's go.
Play again.
Matthew, look at it right there. Matthew's on the wall. Gonna get this purple. Oh God, I can't even do it anymore. Let's go.
Just start singing 369. Damn, you're fine.
369. Damn, you're fine.
Jesus Christ, boomer.
Go. Show me them ducks. The ducks is a new thing. Here it is. Maybe that's what we call our community now. We're changing from G2 to just ducks.
The Mighty Ducks.
Yes, the Mighty Ducks. Here we are. Matthew, thank you so much. That's incredibly generous. And you guys have been outstanding today. Thank you. And Matt and Patrick came in with a gifted membership. Thank you so much, Patrick Bowser. That's awesome. That's great. Bowser, the name of my puppy dog, by the way. 13 years old. He's starting to slow down a little bit. Bowser, he's the sweetest boy in the world. And Ed also came in with the 10 says, what do you mean potential scam? Where's the smoke? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Completionist has been running a Ponzi scheme. He'll be headed to jail, lad. That's what you get for working with G4. Well, we're going to talk about that in just a second.
I feel like I missed a lot.
Do you know Gerard?
Yeah, like I've met him before a couple times. He was always really nice. I mean, I don't know him super well, but he was really nice. And then he got on G4, and I think he had to unfollow me because I'm too controversial. People stay friends with me, then they can't get hosting jobs and they can't be on G4 and stuff. So
yeah, that's how it goes, man. You follow the wrong person.
He was always a really nice dude.
Right. I know. Yeah. It's crazy. All right.
We have a new name. The Stuttering Ducks.
I love it.
The Stuttering Ducks.
Can't
quite get it out. Love it. That's great. All right, let's get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news.
Hard news.
Thank you, everybody who contributed to that wonderful sound effect. That's awesome. Adam and Paul and Eric right there. All right, let's go to the big story trending on Twitter right now. That, my friends, is, oh, you know what I didn't do? Damn it, I put these all in the wrong things. We're going to need to switch this over. That's okay. I'll figure it out in a second. First up is the big, I guess, post over on X from Rockstar Games. It has been announced the first trailer for GTA 6 is coming Tuesday, December 5th. You look over on Twitter, it's right there hanging out. And obviously, it's been seen nearly 30 million times with almost 1 million likes on the tweet. People are excited for GTA 6. Melanie, you strike me as a person who would get into that game and cause absolute chaos.
Any type of game where I can cause chaos and be evil, I do that. But with GTA 6, I just have a feeling they're going to lighten up on a lot of that kind of stuff to fit with quote modern day.
I think that I believe there's been a couple stories along the way that have talked about that where they're going to try to fit in some of the narrative along the way.
Right.
I think there's a lot of irony in a statement like that when you have a game called Grand Theft Auto, but you want to make sure that you have some sort of moral message along the way, or adapting for modern audiences. I think it's really interesting, as Mike says, a family-friendly GTA. You go,
well,
it's like
family friendly, except there's going to be a ton of drag queens unironically in there, but you're going to be like cheering them on this time. Because I mean, in the remasters, they took away a lot of the transgender jokes and stuff. And
what about this though? What about they treat it like it was the summer of 2020, and instead of having stars like while you're like looting and rioting and burning down buildings and stuff and causing all sorts of chaos, the police just don't come and they let you do it. Like,
yeah, that's exactly just hashtag BLM.
It's like, oh, it's cool, whatever. But yeah, so the trailer is coming on December 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern. That's 8 a.m. Central. So the trailer will be live by the time we go. So we'll certainly talk about it then, and I'm sure a lot of people will be very excited. We won't be able to react to it because I'm sure it's going to have all sorts of copyrighted music and stuff in it. But we'll certainly take a look at it and give you our thoughts on GTA 6. And I'm sure we'll find out who the main protagonist is. And, there was that image being passed around, I guess, about a month ago, and it had like the girl boss thing. And it turned out that was like fake, which, you see that online all the time, these leaks that come along.
Oh, yeah.
But
I was just like, oh, she looks too cute for that to actually be real, not in current day.
Yeah, she needs
to have a pretty woman in current day.
Right.
I mean, we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise us, but
did you play a whole lot of GTA 5?
I played some of it. I didn't play a whole lot, but like the main game, I did some GTA. I was on a GTA roleplay server for a little bit at 1.2, which was surprisingly super fun. But yeah, that's the extent of it.
The role-playing thing, by the way, I guess it's Jason and Lucia are the I have not followed the game like at all. I just know that it's coming. So but we get the first trailer. So Jason and Lucia, I guess, are the two protagonists, which is interesting. They've had multiple protagonists along the way, in
I mean,
GTA.
Trevor in 5 was incredible, amazing character, just chaos, unhinged. Great character.
Hey,
Right.
the female protagonist does have boobs.
Let's go. Give it up.
Oh,
Nice.
no
I know. Let me
way.
share my screen.
That's not allowed.
You can't
no
do that.
boobs in baseball. There we go. Look at that.
Okay.
Is this
Nice.
real?
Should be, because that's what everyone's showing these images off.
Maybe.
I don't know if that's real, thoal. I mean, maybe it is.
I hope so.
Well, hey.
Hey, she's cute if it
Leaked
is.
footage. I don't know if.
Oh, if that is real, we'll see.
Right, and I think that's the other thing is that there's been all sorts of leaks for GTA. Not too long ago, I think maybe it was
The
a
whole
year
thing
ago or
was
so.
leaked, wasn't it?
Yes, the whole thing was leaked, and that was quite like to the point to where GTA or Take Two was going out and they're striking everything down. They tried to get it wiped off the internet, but as you know,
Wow.
once it's online, it's online. So it was quite the thing. Now I'll tell you this: you touched on the role playing side of GTA. That's fascinating. How the permadeath aspect of that, and the idea of like when people go in and they do the role playing servers of GTA. Some people take that so seriously to the point to where it's almost like not even fun. You know?
I was on the role play server. I got kicked out of the gang because I wouldn't wear pink because it was an all pink. They just decided we're gonna be all pink. It was all girls. And I was like, my character was wearing all black, had all these tattoos and stuff. I'm like, I'm not wearing pink. Well, then you can't be in our gang.
What?
Like, okay.
You can't be in our gang if you're not wearing all pink. That's the most least gang thing I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
That's amazing. Oh my
It was
God. All right.
hilarious.
Well,
But then I was running away from a cop. I remember because we committed some sort of like Grand Theft Auto-y thing. And I kept running away from a cop, dropped my weapons, all this stuff, and had to try to explain all that away. And he let me go, but he knew. It was hilarious.
That's awesome. That is great. Well, so GTA 6 announcement coming up, I guess, on Tuesday, which we'll certainly have that for when it rolls around. So be on the lookout. Poll in the chat, Blabs. Poll in the chat. Are you excited for GTA 6 on the level you were excited for GTA 5? Because I think there was a lot of hype for GTA 5.
If anybody says yes, I'm going to look at you different.
GTA 5.
Same level. I can understand some people actually being optimistic for it, but same level as 5, then you're a Zoomer or I don't know.
Yeah, you weren't around a decade ago for GTA
exactly.
5. Right, exactly. As Cesario says, it's not pink, it's salmon. That's right.
Thank you for the correction.
Ridiculous. Hey, John came in with a member for 1 month, says happy Friday and happy December. Y'all season's greetings. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Thank you very much, John.
I
Appreciate
love that. The Santa emojis. Ooh, I have a quick question.
Please.
I keep seeing on Twitter is circulating about the Santa discussion. Do you tell your kids about Santa, or did you tell your kids about Santa, or was that not in your house?
Okay, so I actually got to talk about this kind of soft because my daughter's home today. Okay.
Okay.
So she's okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So she is at that age where it's time for her to learn, and we're literally like in the next day or so going to tell her. So it's like we have this
You're
note
going
written.
to ruin her childhood.
Well, so that's the thing. Like, what do? Do you tell her, or do you just let her figure it out? Like, how? Like, because she's in
Let her
6th grade
figure
now.
it
The funny
out,
thing is she
yes.
probably already knows.
Exactly.
I
And
didn't know for a long time, and some asshole told me, and I was devastated.
I never believed in Santa for a single day of my life.
so I think the best thing to do is to get out Black Wheelchair Santa.
Perfect.
And just make sure, be like, hey,
make her hate Santa?
be like, listen, honey, I just want to let you know that this right here, I'm sorry, honey, it doesn't actually exist. There are no elves in wheelchairs. They only have sleighs. So, anyways, so and then after that, we'll bust out the Pride Nutcracker.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That sounds like a plan.
Oh my God. So, anyways, we're at that stage, which is like it's
right.
like, now's the time.
Which one is this one? Is this for the older one or the younger one?
This is the older one. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
the thing is,
She can't tell the younger one.
No.
You're gonna have to like sign an NDA with her and be like, "Don't you dare say anything to your younger sister."
She'll be good. She'll be good on that for sure. Yeah. So, Alan says, it gets here on something really important. Talking about duck fat. Says, I use duck fat to cook eggs. Highly recommend, but also try eggs with coconut oil. Oh, thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. It's wonderful. Good idea. Kyle came in as a member for 5 months and says, I thought DSP was the completionist because we witnessed him beat it to completion on stream. Oh, wait. This is about a video game completions. My bad.
Jiminy Christmas.
I get all these tweets and they're like, DSP's
talking
complaining
about
about
us.
you guys again. And it's like, what? That was in March. It's December. It's crazy. Roland came in with the $9.99. Says, it's my birthday. Awesome. Hey, Roland.
Happy birthday.
So I wanted to share some of the love with some of my favorite people. So glad I rediscovered Craig. Huge Screw Attack fan when I was a kid. Y'all rock. Melanie, love your content. Roland.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Welcome back, baby. Welcome to the side of common sense. Glad everybody's here. By the way, we have 1,100 folks watching over on YouTube. We got another couple hundred watching over on Rumble. Do us a favor, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. We continue to grow every single day with you guys and your support. Greatly appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much, as this is your home for common sense. Scarfy says, why do I gotta be Mr. Pink? That's right. It's a great Reservoir Dogs.
I was not having it. I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. And oh wait, you can't be in our gang. Fine, I won't be in your gang.
I'll make my
Put your
own
foot
game.
down.
Well, we're black.
All right, put your foot down, Melanie. You know it. Scrappy Pirates is. Oh, there you go. To tell your daughters about. Go, Blabs, you read this off. I can't say it aloud.
To tell your daughter about Santa, I always like the stories about parents saying everyone is Santa. We all carry on the spirit of Santa together.
Yes.
That's cute.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
cute. That's like Godzilla is in all of our hearts. That's also cute.
We're
Godzilla,
all
what is
Godzilla together.
on the same level?
That's on one of the movies. It's at the end, or I can't remember the exact quote, but I was like, I believe Godzilla is in all of our hearts.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. All right, Extra Zero came in with this one. Read this off, Blabs.
Oh no, a Jehovah's Witness ruined Santa for us in 2nd grade. While
Oh.
it sucked learning that early, at least let me place my anger on the kid versus the myth.
That's
you go.
funny.
Ah,
Because me and my brothers never believed in Santa. My parents just didn't tell us about Santa. I mean, we just saw him as like, oh, this is a mascot for Christmas, but we didn't believe he was real.
Right.
And my brothers just decided to tell all of our neighbor kids that Santa wasn't real one day. And even me as a little kid was like, guys, y'all
No.
shouldn't be doing that.
No.
Come on.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right, well, that's an interesting conversation. I will certainly give you guys an update on how that goes, if it goes, when it goes. I'll tell you guys next week on Friday. So.
I just did a really loud hiccup and I thought I wasn't muted, but I was, so you're welcome.
How cute.
Way to
I
go,
was like,
Blab. All right. Hey, we're talking about leaks with GTA 6, but let's talk about another leak for quite possibly the biggest game of the last decade, Fortnite. Now, Fortnite has had many packages over the last 4 or 5 years. It originally started as the horde defense game, the zombie defense game, but it obviously has taken to the next stratosphere through its battle royale. And their marketing and cross promotion with brands has been spectacular. And there's all you could play as John Wick, you could play as Star Wars characters, Street Fighter characters. It's been anyone and everybody, every character has made its move into Fortnite at some point. Now, including, which is just crazy to say, Family Guy's Peter Griffin is next to join Fortnite, which is just crazy to see, as well as Metal Gear Solid's Solid Snake, which
Wow.
I mean, Solid Snake is in Smash Brothers, right?
Well, it'd be cooler if they had Sam Fisher, but okay.
Right. Well, so here's this leak, and you never really know how this is, but if you look at the
oh
Peter
my
Griffin,
gosh.
it's pretty outstanding right here.
Wow, did he lose a little weight?
I
He's
mean,
been working out. I mean, he's still his face, but his belly looks more trim.
yes, absolutely, which I think is amazing.
Good for him.
You got
He's been
Solid
working
Snake over
out.
here. You have Peter Griffin over here. I don't know who these folks are. I think this person, this is the tiger from.
It's Tony the Tiger. Sausage
No.
flakes.
Yeah, you busted cap and
That's
somebody you're like, they're great. Awesome. But I think this one is from not a Pixar movie, but a DreamWorks movie. Maybe like,
Oh, is that like a
That's-
Zootopia or something? I don't know.
yeah, Zootopia or Kung Fu Panda or something.
Okay.
So B. Hamilton says that isn't Peter. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure that's Peter
Well, his
Griffin.
Looks
face
like
looks like
Peter.
him.
I mean,
I don't think that Fortnite is not going to impress me with a crossover until they can get Shrek. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Then they'll have made it.
wow. We did
Here's my question about Fortnite skins. Since I haven't played Fortnite in over a year, do they have voice lines to go with the skins? Like, do they actually, or are they just
I don't
basic
think
skin?
so.
That's it, and it's just boring.
It's strictly a skin.
That's boring. They could have had a giggity giggity or something like that.
Well, yeah, you got to add Quagmire for that. You add, could you imagine a group of like Peter Griffin and Quagmire, right? Yeah, there's the entire Family Guy crew with who's
Just
the guy
emoting.
the guy in the wheelchair going around. Like, be like our little D&D warriors over here.
Amazing.
We're making their round with their wheelchairs. Oh, that's awesome.
Be too fun.
Or Black Wheelchair Santa just making his way around, which is great. So that's interesting stuff, and it's amazing to see. So, anyways, if those who are Fortnite players, I'm sure you'll have more things to spend your $9 or $10 on to look good in the game and very soon. So I'll need to reach out to Jeremy to get his thoughts on that from Geeks and Gamers because he's Jeremy. So awesome. So we're going to get into this completionist story in a little bit in just a second. But before we do, I actually want to get into this Elon Musk story. We talked about it yesterday, but Melanie has no idea what's happening, which is spectacular. So hang tight for the completionist story. But before we do, Shane Bentley has come in with 10 gifted memberships. Feed those dogs. Let's go. There it is. There, I was waiting for it. Shane Bentley, I'm writing it on the paper right now. Give him the 10. Hey, by the way, wall's filling up. The wall's looking good. Shane, look at it. Let's go. I got to be honest. Need a little more hype. A little more hype at this.
I'm gonna find something that does have more hype. It gets hyped in after
Space
like
Jam
40
theme.
seconds.
The Space Jam theme is the most hype you can possibly get. Come on and slam if you wanna jam.
Pause it real quick. Pause it. Melanie, how's that go again?
Come on and slam if you wanna jam. No, me right now. I'm too sick to be singing.
Thank you, Shane. Appreciate that. With the 10 gifted memberships. Also, Peter came in with the brand new memberships. Let's go, guys. Outstanding.
Peter Griffin.
That puts us at 36 new members today. Thank you guys very much for your support. All those gifted memberships and the brand new members who came in on their own. Feed those ducks, man. That's great. Sailor Dream came in, letting us everybody know that Snake is greater than Sam Fisher. Chat, please.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay.
What's that? Oh, well, I'll tell you what.
You can be wrong sometimes.
Melanie, you may be wrong because we need to have a new poll. New poll. Snake or Sam Fisher, who is better? Let us know in the chat, as well as the brand new poll that Blabs is putting up right now.
Most people don't have taste. They're all gonna say Snake. Come on.
Most people don't have taste. Just way to insult the entire audience.
I love y'all. It's okay.
Hey,
I still love y'all anyway.
Why don't you guys get some taste? Great. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. And Emperor
Big
Nero.
Boss though. Big Boss is cool. Okay.
It says, did you hear about the woman who blames kissing in a book from Scholastic Book Fair for her smut addiction? We found out she was homeschooled.
I was homeschooled too. I didn't read smut though.
I didn't even know what the word smut was until this week, and now it keeps popping up everywhere.
Well, bless your heart.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, Blabs, don't Google that word.
No,
I already Googled it the other day when I had to
like,
learn what it was.
Books like that can be it's porn for women. I mean, women are more words. Like words have more of an effect on women than so yeah, that's why all these nasty old lady books with pictures of Fabio on them at the library.
Fabio.
I remember Sarah, Mom was always like, kids, don't go over there.
Right. All right. Okay. I'm really excited about this because we talked about this yesterday. We talked about this at length. We have a video up on the channel about it. But the fact that Melanie doesn't know about this just totally, oh my gosh, this is so great. Okay. So Melanie, yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, Elon Musk was at is called the Dealbook Summit. And the Dealbook Summit is where a lot of brands go to talk to advertisers, and more or less it's a dog and pony show where they say, look at our brand. This is what we're doing in 2024. Come advertise with us. Okay. And he was on stage being interviewed by a guy at this Dealbook Summit. And he had some harsh words for his critics, which once again, so excited to see your reaction to this. So here we go. This is what he was being asked about some of the advertisers who have pulled from X.
Obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour.
And I'm talking about, this was him going to Israel not too long ago.
Okay.
If you will, that this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope
Don't advertise.
you don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
Oh.
But
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
And that is a direct shot at Bob Iger. Okay, so since you haven't seen that before, what are your thoughts on that, Melanie?
First of all, the Leon Kennedy bomber jacket was cool. Secondly, good for him. I think that's great. I have to say though, and maybe this is just me being a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I am always a little apprehensive about being fully on team Elon. Now, while I am as a whole, like overall, like, okay, yeah, most of the time he's saying the right things, I can't help but feel like, okay, is this a good cop, bad cop type thing where you've got Elon saying all the things that we want to hear, and then you have people like Bill Gates appealing to the vegan people and stuff and the blue hairs and all that. So yeah, that's the thing. Is it's like, okay, is he really on our side, the side of the people so much, or is a lot of it just telling us what we want to hear? I mean, he does have like brain microchips coming out in the future and all that, which I absolutely will not be participating in. So yeah, but in this specific instance, that's awesome that he said that. I can't fully trust everything, but that was cool.
Right. And I think that a lot of people pointed out, for a free speech absolutist, which is what he says, there's people who are still banned, like Alex Jones, who, he can't get back on X. Right.
Right.
And even our boy Camelot got banned for some frivolous, stupid reasons. Right. Now, Camelot,
and
obviously.
Cecil as well, another one of our friends. So it's just like, yeah, that's another thing is sometimes Elon's saying all these right things and stuff like that, but he's not always practicing what he preaches there, or especially with Alex Jones. I mean, he should be back. That should be a given.
Right. So I think in a situation like Alex Jones, that's an Elon decision. Somebody like Camelot, with all due respect to Cam, I love Cody, but he's not Alex Jones, right? So that's somebody way down the totem pole making that decision at Twitter. So Elon has no idea that Camelot has been banned, right?
Yeah.
So it's a small fish in comparison to Alex Jones, who this is one of the most controversial guys on the internet, right? Or at least most talked about guys on the internet. But I think you nailed it. I think in this instance, it's great to see. And there's so many people, specifically in today's society, where they say, do you like this person? Do you not like this person? There's nuance in every situation. There's a lot of people who have done and said really great things and really bad things, who have also said and done the opposite of whatever they're known for. There's very few cases of black and white. And Elon, there are a lot of shades of gray. And we talked about yesterday how if you're a billionaire, you have some skeletons in your closet. You've definitely crossed some people in different ways. So anyway, but it's very exciting to see him.
Well, and especially with Elon, it's like, dude, is he really a billionaire just for selling cars? I mean, I don't know.
Well, 100%. I mean, Yeah, there's a lot there. And do you become the richest person in the world by selling cars and selling PayPal? Because he was, with PayPal early on and all
Right,
that.
right.
So, anyways, the list of companies that have pulled their advertising from X has been listed, and I thought it'd be good to touch on this today, which you can only assume and make the assumption that these are the companies that are attempting to blackmail Elon Musk, because all this happened in the last week. And these companies are the usual suspects, including Apple, Disney, the Washington Post, NBC, IBM, Marvel, Sony Pictures, CBS, the Colbert Show, Comcast, Lionsgate, and Warner Brothers Discovery.
They're all trash. It's like the trash of the trash.
Well, let's put this in perspective. NBC, that's a major national network. CBS, major national network. Disney, owned by the other. That's the biggest entertainment company in the world, right? Pulling it. Washington Post, one of the I guess one of the larger papers in the United States. The fact that like an individual show like the Colbert Show would pull their advertising revenue is kind of crazy. But Warner Brothers Discovery, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, and
Yeah.
going back to like IBM, one of the biggest technology companies in the world. So, as pointed out by this person, like, is it time to boycott them?
Right. But I mean, a lot of these companies are already losing money in en masse right now anyway. So it's like, look at Marvel, look at Disney. Almost everything they're producing are not meeting expectations lately. So this is an interesting turn of events. But I think in terms of Elon Musk and what his plan is anyway, I think he's got a bigger picture than just, let me just buy Twitter and essentially let it be the same platform except freedom of speech. And I'm going to make all my money back from ads. Like, I don't think that is the overall plan. I think he wants to have like the ultimate content creator platform. I think he's wanting to probably focus a lot more on tapping into viewer supported things like we see here on stream with memberships, super chats, things like that. And so Elon has really just scratched the surface of what he's going to be doing with the platform. And I think that's one reason why he's not worried about, ads right now.
Yeah. And I agree. I think this was pointed out on actually a comment. And I want to make sure I get this right. This was an amazing comment on yesterday's video, which was like, wow, that is crazy to see. I want to make sure I pull this up, but it's about the amount of money that Elon Musk could stand to lose over the next like 300 years. It was something to the effect of Elon Musk could lose $75 million for the next 300 years and still have like $75 billion to work with. So the idea of like taking a haircut, taking a haircut of 75 million for 300 years is just crazy to see. But hey, I can't find it because we have so many comments on the channel. That's a great thing. So, but thank you guys. Continuing comment on all of our videos. That stuff boosts engagement and helps us here on YouTube and Discovery as we use YouTube as a billboard to promote everything else. So, but anyways, it's just a really fascinating comment, and it really puts in perspective how much money he truly makes and has. So crazy to think. So, okay, but let's say we have that, and I thought I'd show you this as well. We talked about this yesterday, but if you liked that clip of him just kind of flipping the double birds to all the advertisers, and by the way, him saying that, he was saying that in front of all the advertisers.
Yeah,
and it was it's just amazing stuff. But this was awesome. Nobody talked about this yesterday, and Musk came out and delivered this. This was a very profound statement, I felt.
And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them.
It's like ding, 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 ding.
that is true, and that really, that really speaks about all of the SJWs on Twitter right now who have been on Twitter, and a lot of people who front cancel campaigns and things like that, is they care about the illusion of themselves looking good. And that's one reason why they constantly go after people and try to cancel people, because it's like, here, let's shine a light on this person for a slur they used or a word they said 10 years ago or something of that nature, so that I can look good right now and nobody's focusing on me and my flaws as a human being. We're all going to attack this person. I mean, meanwhile, they're ruining people's lives. Let's forget about that. It's all about the illusion of virtue for
Right.
them.
And I think that's actually an interesting conversation, talking about finding things from 10, 15 years ago. I actually had that conversation yesterday with my daughter about, like, you know, we have not really introduced the internet to our kids at the house, because you can't get the toothpaste back in the toothpaste, you know, into the container. But you know, they have been on like Pinterest with my wife to search for like recipes and stuff, but it's not like, hey, here's the internet, go crazy. But I was talking to my older one yesterday about, like, look, what you say on the internet, it will be found. It lives forever. The internet is undefeated, and you need to be conscious of that. And we talked a lot about social media and how it's fake, and how all these people are just posting the best points of their life, and nobody posts their worst moments and stuff. We've had that conversation multiple times, and I feel like my older one understands that, and you know, but it's just, you got to constantly reinforce.
That's good. It affects your life, both professionally and personally as well, because any type of friendships, relationships, anything like that. I mean, you have everything online that especially people who have been online for a very long time. I know, like myself, I've been online a long time, and so there's going to be all kinds of things that I've said that I don't agree with now that I did back then, or you know, and I'm sure there's a lot of things I say now that 20 years down the road, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I don't totally align with that now.
And why would you? Because you change as a person, you know?
Exactly. But it's just like, oh, that's there forever. And so sometimes people will pull up like an old tweet I said or something, and I'll see it and I'll cringe.
Right. And that's natural. I think we've all said and done things in the past that you're like, you know. So, but that's just, it's natural. By the way, I did find that comment. It says Musk is worth $250 billion. Musk could make up a $75 million shortfall for 300 years and still have $25 billion left over to, quote, survive on. Like, what a comment. Right?
I mean, me.
So it's like Twitter, that is like a pet project for him. It's not, he's not gonna need to lose sleep over Disney, Marvel, not putting ads on there.
No.
Imagine if he starts his own company, like for movies and stuff. It just does whatever he wants.
100%. Like, the world is it, like, for a guy who has that much money, the ability to change culture, and he sees X as his opportunity to change culture because, you know, yes, he could invest in creating content, or he could have everybody creating content on his platform, right? Which I think ultimately makes more sense than him investing in a production company, having people post their content that they spent money on his platform that he curates. You know, that makes way more sense to him, I feel, and is a better use of his time. But all right, we're gonna get into this completionist story here in just a minute. But first, I want to let you know that Cliff came in with the 199.
I like Trip Kringle. That's my favorite.
Pretty outstanding, Cliff. Maybe the best 199 ever spent. Cliff, thank you so much for that. Dragon's Advocate came in, says Melanie is correct. The only legit snake is Snake Plissken. Hey, Dragon. Hey, by the way, let's check out that poll really quick. Right now, 68% of you prefer Snake over Sam Fisher. So
I am surprised that Sam even contended that much in this kind of poll. So I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see there's a nice chunk of based people there.
Alan came in, says I heard Elon's going to buy Disney, but I can't confirm. Well,
Alan, don't.
That would be so interesting.
Just don't.
Could you imagine if he's like, "Hey, here it is," and he just, oh
hey,
my
Bob.
gosh. Hey, Bob. That's right. What a just, man. That's like the two middle
Big F
fingers,
you.
and then finding extra fingers to throw in, extra hands with middle fingers flying out. That's great.
We need content to talk about though.
Right,
we
right.
need to dunk on this stuff.
Emperor Nero came in too, says she was found out to be from a rival company.
Who?
I don't know, Emperor Nero. I'm sorry.
Is this about the previous super chat he was
The
sent?
one was about the woman who reads erotica.
Yeah.
Who was
homeschooled?
Oh, okay. Right. That makes sense.
Interesting.
And Salty Source Rex, good to see you, bud. Came in with the 10. Says Owen Schroyer also had an impersonator on his platform. While Owen was banned, people were reporting that profile when Elon took over. Nothing was done until Owen had to file a lawsuit for slander. Oof, yeah. By the way, I love your avatar. Truth really upset most people. Yes, for sure. That's kind of the reality. Thank you so much, Salty Source Rex. All right. Man, this has been fun today. Do us a favor, guys. If you're tuning in, hit the thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. Wherever you're watching, that helps in such a major way. Jay wants to let everybody know that it's Sam Fisher all day.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. You get it.
You get it. All right. Let's get into this, man. By the way, over 300 folks watching over on Rumble right now. That's spectacular.
Wow.
So,
hi, Rumble.
You guys do us a favor, hit the follow button. We're live every day, Monday through Friday. We'd love for you guys to join us, which is great. Okay, let's get into this thing with the Completionist and Gerard. So a couple weeks ago, there was a couple of videos that were released by Carl Jobst. I still don't know how to pronounce it, and Mudahar, some ordinary gamer, who were talking about his open hand charity, which is what it's called, and his charity drive that happens every year where they raise money for pretty much for Alzheimer's. That's the idea. Now, when we talked about this a couple weeks ago, the idea was, our overall thought was, let's wait and see where this goes. It's still a little too early to talk about.
Right.
My personal experience with Gerard is he's always been an exceptionally nice human being.
Very nice. Yeah.
Like he's never really said anything bad about me. I've had no reason to say anything bad about him in our interactions. I was incredibly jealous of him when he was in the Nintendo World Championships, and I was not. But Gerard, for the most part, has been a fairly safe bet when it comes to dealing with brands. He's very family friendly, I would say. While he's likable, he smiles, and he's got this kind of lovable oaf type thing going for him, while still being an authority in what he talks about. So he had a viral video about a few months ago, maybe a year ago, where he bought pretty much every Wii U game and 3DS game before they were delisted, and he spent like $25,000 on that, and that was kind of a viral thing that got passed around the internet. It's pretty cool, with the idea of like preserving these games. But this video from Carl and Mudahar, who I'd love to have Mudahar. I'd love to have both these guys on, not to talk about this, but just talk about their channels and their careers in general. But that's beyond the fact. They released this video talking about it, and the TLDR of it is that they had $600,000 worth of money that had been sent to their charity with the intention of it being dispersed to other charities, which was just sitting in a bank account. And over the course of their charity drives that they've had for the past several years, when I say they, I mean the Completionist and his team, all that money has just been sitting in a bank account, essentially collecting interest, doing nothing, instead of being dispersed to actual charities as he had told his audience was supposed to happen. Okay.
Right.
Now, there's a couple arms to this, because in addition to his charity drive that he does called Indie Land, he also has a golf tournament that is done, and that's been going on way longer than Indie Land, like since the early 2000s. So last night, Carl posted a video, and apparently Mudahar is going to be posting another video, which may be up live, and we'll talk about that when it goes live, with an update on this. And it kind of gets into the dollars and cents aspect of where this money is. And it digs a little bit deeper into why this is a little more, I hate the word problematic, but it's a good way to describe it.
Scandalous.
Right.
There we
Why it's a
go.
little more scandalous than initially. And
Okay.
the more that's coming out about this, the more it's like not looking very good.
Uh-oh.
So I want to pick this up about 8 minutes and 13 seconds into the video, and we're going to watch just a couple minutes, and we'll stop and go as we see fit. And Blabs, feel free to chime in as well. But this is just keep in mind there's 2 points to this charity where revenue comes in: the Indie Land and the golf tournament. So let's go start it right there, and we'll continue.
Specify what it is. Now let's look at 2021. Indieland raised $113,000 in direct donations. Then we take off around $2,000 for Tiltify fees. On top of this, every single year the Syzygy Foundation, the charity founded by Jamie Lee Curtis, gives a grant to Openhand. In 2021, they gave them $25,000. If you add these together, you get around $136,000.
Okay, so what they're doing now is through open resources, they've gone in and they've looked at the actual money that's come in to the Open Hand Foundation and where everything is from, and they've added up the money.
But shockingly, for the entire year of 2021, Openhand only received $136,000, which means again the Golf Cup hardly raised anything at all.
And this is the second part of it. So if you were add up everything, like the math on the surface makes sense. They received $100,000+ in support, and another $25,000 from Jamie Lee Curtis's thing. But there's also this golf thing that's not being accounted for here. So
Okay.
But we know that's not the case, because we have photos of every single year the Golf Cup has been running since 2014, and we know how many sponsors they have and what they paid. And not only that, this means all the bits, subs, and all of that extra revenue that Gerard promised us would go to Openhand wasn't sent over either. Now in this video, I'm just focusing on the golf tournament, and I won't go into all of the ways the Completionist and his family seem to be stealing donations, but I suggest you keep a lookout for an update video by Some Ordinary Gamers, who will release even more information on that very soon. So let's look at the 2021 Golf Cup sponsors. It's had 2 diamond sponsors, which were $8,000 each, 1 platinum sponsor, which is $7,500, and 6 gold sponsors, which are $6,500 each. Just from those 3 tiers alone, ignoring all of the other sponsors, all of the other registration fees, all of the other money raised from the raffle and auctions, and ignoring any direct donations which should be received during a charity event, we already have a total of more than $60,000, and all of that money seems to have vanished. It certainly didn't go to Openhand, or at the very least, for some reason, isn't showing up on their filings. All of the filings from 2019 onwards show the same pattern. Almost all of the revenue raised can be attributed to Indieland, and hardly anything seems to come from the Golf Cup.
okay, so that's where a lot of this is kind of like, okay, so they're generating an extra, $60,000+ on an annual basis through sponsorships here, but it's not being accounted for in this charity, which once again, so this money's just kind of going missing.
Right.
And the question is, where's that money gone? A lot of people have taken a lot of the criticism attached to this. As you know, when we talked about this 2 weeks ago, people were like, I can't believe, this is a scam, blah, blah, blah. And our thought was, well, let's just wait and see. And obviously, like, we will continue to wait and see, but this does not look good in that there's just $60,000 that's missing here. So where did that money go? We don't know. Let's go continue here real quick.
Despite photos clearly showing it has massive sponsors paying up to $10,000 each. Certainly, tens of thousands of dollars at least in donations every single year are going missing. The question is how and where. Everything raised from Indieland is through electronic means. This makes it very hard to hide, and any accountant will immediately pick up a discrepancy between what the bank statements show and what they are filing with the IRS. But the revenue generated from the Golf Cup is different. The website has a page called Where to Send Payment, and it literally just tells you to write a check to the Openhand Foundation. No matter what account the money is going to, however, we know it isn't going to Openhand. In my previous video, I was very careful not to make claims I couldn't prove. I wanted to make sure that when bringing up this sensitive subject, I didn't come across too aggressive in order to limit the amount of backlash. But I think at this point, I've uncovered enough to confidently say that something very criminal is happening with the Open Hand Foundation.
That's a really like bold statement.
Yeah.
Just say that something criminal at this point is happening. Let's go and continue here real quick. But Melanie, are you following kind of the
the thing is with a lot of charities and stuff in general, one reason also why I'm very apprehensive when it comes to actual charities, and I like to help people individually more than I like to donate to charities for that reason. But there is also a lot that goes into these things, and the numbers do seem a lot more inflated for how much a charity actually pulls in versus like the expenses that they spend in running said charity. So for example, like that golf tournament, just all the expenses that it took to put all that together and do all that are going to be surprisingly expensive. So it's like, it's one of those things to where sometimes these really grand, big fundraising opportunities turn out to not really raise that much money in the end, just because of how much that they're putting into marketing, how much they're putting into setup, labor, all that, because a lot of people who are working these charities, I mean, they are getting paid. So yeah, it's a lot. And then especially when you also factor in that a lot of charities and a lot of people running charities, I mean, there is a lot of scams surrounding all that. So, I mean, it's definitely a possibility that this is a really shady thing as well. I kind of would need more information though, but
Right.
I don't trust most charities.
I think you're right. And I think a lot of people when we were talking about this earlier before the show, I was talking to Blaz about why this is important. And there's a huge charity aspect to a lot of things in the gaming space, right?
Yep.
You see awesome games done quick. You see all these, you see Extra Life from Rooster Teeth. I think they do Extra Life, but these are charities that raise hundreds of thousands of dollars every year. And a lot of times that money just goes to the accountant or CEO or
Right.
whoever's running that before it actually gets to the purpose that it's meant to go to. So why this is important is that this has a negative impact on literally everybody who's trying to do good. And not to say that Gerard's not trying to do good, but if you were trying to do good, you probably should have acted on things a little bit sooner.
Right. And with Gerard's, with his involvement in all this, I'm just curious about, hey, is he kind of the face of this and promoting this, and he has accountants and other people that he is trusting to run this, that he is not fully privy to everything that's going on? I don't know. I don't know all that information. So, I mean, it definitely seems like there's some suspicious activity going on with this whole charity initiative. But I haven't seen enough to be able to pinpoint that to directly just a singular person in this case.
Right. Let's go and continue on here. There's just a couple more minutes here. We'll continue to check this out.
We have the Completionist and the Open Hand website lying for years that the foundation has been supporting organizations when it has never supported a single organization the entire time it's existed.
I think that's my biggest problem with this is that you're saying it's going to here. It's going to here.
Right.
But the money never went anywhere. It just sat like, yes, we intend to give the money to this. We intend to do this, but saying it's going or it's been given to without that's my biggest issue with a lot of this. It's you're just lying to your audience, which like I said, for somebody who has interacted with Gerard many times, is kind of the most shocking thing about this. He never struck me as a guy who would lie to his audience.
Right.
And I think the other thing attached to this is that he hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything about this publicly since these videos have released. I don't know if he's Labs, can you check to see if he's had any videos released on his channel, please? And in doing so, I think it's a very clear statement that there's something bigger going on, that his lawyers have said, you shut up. Shut up and let us do the talking.
Right.
when the time is right. And that's probably the craziest situation of this whole thing, is that I'm sure he wants to say something and be like, no, that's not what it is. But he
Right.
literally can't.
My thing is, I and I can't help but just wonder, like, okay, how much of this does he understand what's going on and all that? Because I don't think someone like him would jeopardize his reputation and his entire career for what, $100,000, $200,000. That's because that kind of scandal could completely ruin his entire career, and I that's why it's hard for me to just completely pin the blame on him without seeing more information, because with someone with that kind of following that he has, they're not going to risk their entire channel for $200,000. I don't, that doesn't make sense.
Right. And I don't disagree with you on that as well. I think it's a very narrow mindset on a lot of this. And I think that's the other thing, is as we look at kind of what he's done over the course of his career, he's grinded 1.6 million subscribers over the course of his career. And when you look at you're talking about like damaging his career, like you look at his social blade now, and his social blade, which reflects his YouTube channel, he's going through the ringer, man. This is what it looks like right now, and people are dropping. Look, this is 10,000 subscribers. That's a lot, but it's still a drop in the bucket when you have like 1.6 million subscribers.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens. But people are turned off by this. This is this is something that you talk about, like ruining your career.
Yeah, I mean, the damage that this could potentially and may have already taken on him, on his brand and his image and his career as a whole is way worse than the potential profit that ultimately, let's say this is as scandalous as people are suspecting it to be, it wouldn't balance out. It wouldn't be worth it. Like, he wouldn't have profited enough. Like, he would have taken more damage than he would have even profited in this kind of situation. So I don't think he doesn't strike me as a complete idiot, and he doesn't strike me as somebody who's desperate for less than $200,000 either. So I definitely would need to see more. Like I said, I think that it's entirely possible that this is like, he had accountants and stuff managing this. There's no way he is managing all these funds and he is managing all this stuff. He's got a huge channel that he is focused on. He more than likely handed that responsibility over to somebody else. So I think at worst, this is probably just incompetence. And I would need to see more before I could just completely pin the blame on him. It's not adding up to me how there would be any benefit for that kind of risk.
Well, I think that's the thing that is most puzzling for people who have interacted with them, is like, what's happening here? Well, let's go.
Yeah, and I mean, that's character aside, because like, I don't know him well enough to make any calls. Like, he's always seemed like a really nice person, like a morally sound person, but you can never trust just an impression just from meeting somebody a couple times, or just seeing their content. Like, you never know the true character of a person. But just saying, even when I take the moral element out of it, it would be the most boneheaded, idiotic move. And I don't think somebody that has a channel of his size and that has been running essentially a business for as long as he has would be that stupid. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
And for the record, he last uploaded a video 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Now, can you check the date on that? Because I want to, if you can check the date on when that was released versus the first video from Carl, the exact date there, that'd be great. Let's go and continue on the rest of this video as Carl has some finishing thoughts here. So let's go. We're almost there.
We have more than $650,000 sitting in an account somewhere that still hasn't been donated or accounted for. And we have hundreds of thousands of dollars from the golf tournament that has simply vanished into thin air. And this is why I think the Completionist and the Open Hand Foundation have been completely silent. Anything they say at this point is probably going to be used against them, simply because the truth is looking really, really bad. Almost everyone is screaming at them just to donate the money, which should be pretty easy to do.
It doesn't make sense. Why not just, okay, the jig is up, just donate it. If you supposedly still have the money, just donate it. What's the excuse for not donating it yet?
but they don't want
Okay.
any more attention being drawn.
What's that, Mel?
650,000. I thought it was only like 200,000. That's still a lot, but I don't know. My opinion still kind of stands, but that is more than I thought. But
Well,
again,
that's the money that's been donated over the course of all the
Oh.
live streams and such. So
okay.
that's the total value of it. But to answer the question, and I think Carl does answer this question, but just to kind of like, they can't at this point, they can't just be like, well, look, we donated it. Here it is. You know, we donated over $500,000 to charity X or whatever it may be, because they're in a massive no-win situation at this point. Like, they can come out and donate all the money and no one's going to be happy. They can come out and say they screwed up and people will still have questions. No one's going to be happy. This is, man, it's not suicide for his career. But this is detrimental. And like I said, I'm very hesitant to jump on the look at a bad person he is.
Yeah, I can't do that yet. I don't know enough. Like I said, this could be the people that he handed off that responsibility, the accountants, all that is just negligence on their part, or whatever going on their part, and him just not, him just, okay, I'm the face, I'm raising the money, and then they handle everything else. When you're a content creator, you focus on making content, and that's your full-time gig, and your face, everything that you're doing. And so a lot of times with things like this, it's like you hand off the rest of the work in terms of that to other people. So maybe he doesn't even know about it. Maybe he does. I don't know, but I just can't make enough of a call right now.
Is K1 right here? Is it worse not to donate it? Do you by still sitting on it? I mean, there's so many questions here, and I think that's the crazy thing.
Yeah. I think with like what you were saying and stuff, they've got lawyers and stuff like that they're working with, and I think before, instead of just, oh, now let's rush donate it, they probably have to prepare whatever it is and whatever has been messing up behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff. And again, I don't trust charity organizations as a whole, because a lot of them are scams, or a lot of them just aren't run well. A lot of them are just like, okay, here is something that looks good, but the purpose of it is tax write-offs, things like that. So I'm sure there is probably some shady goings on somewhere behind the scenes with all this stuff, and this is why they have to get the lawyers to handle everything and to account for everything and try to clean this up as much as possible. But
right.
Yeah.
Salty source, because I feel bad. I feel like this is bad for gamers, and why people don't take independence seriously, because cons like this give the rest of the people doing good a bad rep. Right, 100%. I definitely agree with you on that for sure. And yes, Blabs.
For context, so Carl posted that first video 2 weeks ago, and it was on November 13th. But the Completionist last video was the 13th, was the 11th. So it's a 2-day difference.
Okay, so Gerard got his video out before then. Okay, sounds good. Let's go and finish this up real fast.
Drawn to this. They hope people at worst will think that Indieland raised some money and didn't donate it for a few years. They can live with that. What they don't want is people, especially the authorities, looking into the golf tournament and all of that sponsorship money. I've heard many people say this could just be negligence or ignorance or laziness, but I can assure you this is not the case. This fraudulent activity has been going on for at least 10 years, and it's not just Indieland. Both events were lying and saying they were contributing funds when they weren't. The Golf Cup was taking in donations without contributing any of the money it raised long before Indieland even started. And when Indieland came along, it did the exact same thing. This doesn't happen accidentally. This absolutely needs to be investigated by the authorities. And the only way that happens is if the Open Hand Foundation is reported. I'm going to put a link to where you can raise a complaint in the description. And I hope that many of you consider taking a couple of minutes to do so. It's obvious Open Hand isn't in a rush to respond or donate the money, so at this point, all we can do is wait for those with power to step in.
So that's where it's at right there. And I'm sure that link to to file a complaint has been flooded over the past
Mhm.
little bit of the last couple days or couple weeks or whatever whatever it may be. I guess this link in particular, last day or so. But man, that is really a crazy situation, and to see there's more coming, and that's the thing that's
Yeah.
not talked about when you talk about Mudahar's video coming up. Is like, what about the bits? Because earlier in the video, he
Mhm.
talks about like all your bits, all your donations, all your subs. It's all going to this, right? That hasn't been accounted for. So what happened to the money? Who knows?
Yeah.
And it's a lot. And for those who are saying like, I saw someone say, stop standing for them. I don't think that's what we're doing at all. I think it's very fair to look at this from a critical eye. And like nobody here is defending Gerard at all. This is a horrible situation.
Mhm.
And if Gerard did some criminal stuff, Gerard needs to pay the consequences for that criminal stuff.
Yep.
I mean, there's a bar, and once you go above the bar, you got to pay the fine, go to jail, do whatever it takes. But this is very clearly more than just Gerard.
Mhm.
There's multiple people, and I think that's what you were saying, Melanie. Is there's a lot of people attached to this. Gerard is unfortunately the front man for it.
Right.
He's the one in charge of getting people to hand over their money. So it's crazy.
I think this is just a good lesson in charities in general, and just the fact that so many charities are corrupt, even some really huge name charities. I mean, there's no telling. And a lot of charities are set up for tax write-offs, for money laundering, this, that, and the other. Do you truly know where that money is going? And that's one reason why. I mean, I used to work with charities a lot more often, and I haven't in a couple of years, because it's like I would rather put my focus on where I know the money's going. Like, okay, here's someone from the community that had a GoFundMe set up because they were, had a medical emergency, this, that, or the other, things like that. I where I know where the money is going, I feel a lot more comfortable than with a lot of these big charities. And especially whenever I have charities approach me for a stream or a fundraising stream or something like that, it gets to a point to where it's like, well, I don't know very much about this charity. Even if they seem really cool, do I actually see where the money's going? And when it comes to, okay, asking my community to donate money to stuff, if I don't 100% know exactly where that money is going, I don't feel comfortable with it.
Right. For sure. Obviously, you guys have a lot to say. So let's get over to your super chats and read some of these off real quick. But before we do, once again, we do have a couple more stories on the way in just a minute. So make sure you guys hang with us as we finish up. By the way, I have a fly buzzing around in front of me, and it's driving me
I
crazy.
hate it when that
I was wondering what
happens.
you were looking at, but I
Like,
kind of just thought maybe
all,
it was just
all over
like
the place. It just
like a
keeps
cataract
flying.
or something.
No, I look like Stevie Wonder, just all over. There's following.
Catch the microphone, okay?
It's nuts. But so stick with us if you guys are thinking about pulling. Hang with us a little bit longer. Hayden came in with the 10, says, but which snake? Naked snake, solid snake, liquid snake, solid snake, snake, Raiden, or Raiden, Plisket, which is not snake. Snake died on the tanker incident. It's time to move on. Hayden, it's a great question. Which snake? Snake. That's which one. Thank you, Hayden. Just says MGS3 alone clears every Splinter Cell game. Oh man.
I'll shut up. Don't worry. So yeah.
Essen came in with the 10. Thank you so much, Essen. Appreciate that. Nice shades. Says at least I got to play games with Sam Fisher. Snake goes on glorified CG movies. Also, Michael Ironside greater than Sam Hader. Sorry, not sorry. Ooh, man.
Wow, Essen, that is so based. Yeah, like you just said something so controversial yet so bold. I love it.
He said, sorry, not sorry.
Meryl Streep. I am here for it.
Thank you. Wow.
Rod says Gerard became a scummy person the moment he did not say anything to Gollum or Frosk. And see his to see his scandal escalate truly shows how he really is. Also, it is good to see Melanie back on the show.
You know,
Thank you so much, Rob.
I'm gonna
Says hello
sound
from Mexico.
people are I'm gonna sound like I'm defending him too much, but in that situation with Prosk, he kind of was in a tough situation to actually say something there, because then he's just gonna be also, you have to remember, like, the industry he's working there with G4, all that kind of stuff. I mean, that would be possible career suicide, and he would be labeled a misogynist and all that. And when you want to get mainstream work, you have to have mainstream opinions, or you have to shut up. And in this case, it looked like he chose to shut up.
Right. And it being a live situation, you know, it's like, for sure.
Sometimes some things will like take you aback a bit. And it's like, and you can reflect later and say, oh, I wish I would have said this, or I wish I would have said that. But in the moment,
Now, he could have, after the situation, gone in and you know, whether it's a day or two later, been like, looking back on that situation, I probably should have said something, you know, but he obviously didn't.
right.
Manga Analysis says, yo, shout out to my assistant chief of the New London Police Department. Let's go. Today is his 50th anniversary of service.
Wow.
Hey, way to go. We always love, you know, people who
50
work for the
years.
public. 50 years of service. That's great. Let's go. Give it up for assistant chief of the New London Fire Department. 50 years. Mercenary came in with a 5, says Razor Fist used to be friends with the Completionist, but then again, around the same time he unfollowed on Twitter on Razor, or Razor on Twitter. I wonder what happened at G4.
Gerard unfollowed me too, I think around that time as well. So I guess that's where he's like, okay, I got the G4 job, I've got the mainstream gaming hosting job, I have to unfollow the problematic people.
Yes, problematic people with opinions.
Yeah.
Here's the reality of it is, and once again, I'm going to use Gerard as an example, but there are people like Gerard who, guess what? They wish they could say things like we say.
Right,
They're
exactly.
thinking the same things that
Yep.
we're thinking. They're just too scared to say it.
Yep.
And that's
true.
the reality of it. So talking about people losing friends, that's just like part of it at this point, you know? And once again, many of those friends, they've reached out privately and been like, hey,
Yes.
you know,
Exactly.
coming with their tail between their legs.
Yep.
Chancho came in as a member for 13 months. As someone who does investing for nonprofits, in my experience, they're a complex money laundering schemes and tax loopholes. Ooh, man, Chancho, good stuff. Thank you, Chancho. And Raider came in with the $100 super chat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the peak moment of the show where Blabs will be singing country grammar in an Indian accent.
Yeah,
Blab-
I Googled this song as I didn't know it. This is going to be interesting, I'll say that.
Wait,
I don't see any N-words in here, so I think we're okay.
Blabs, you got to like listen to this before you do it, right? Have you listened to the song?
No.
You got to listen to it. Hold on. Do it while I'm backing up, and give me some Feed the Duck music right here.
Okay.
Raider, look at it right there. There we go. All right.
Man, I got so much music in my ears right now. I got Nelly and then I got Feed the Duck. I can't do this.
Raider, we're going to get to that in just a second after Blabs learns the song. Thank you so much, Raider. Greatly appreciate the $100 super chat landing up on that wall right there. Thank you very much. Mercenary came in with the 5, says, there's something we're missing here. And I'm telling you that someone/something has something over Jared. I always believe in the idea of strings being pulled. That may be the case. But we don't know. Maybe we are missing that. There's always extra layers to all this. Mercenary came in and says, not defending Jared, but there's always more. Yes, Mercenary. Thank you. Xander came in and says, now we know why Cody and Melanie can't be together. Not the religious thing is Xander, whatever emote you're using there, we never see it, but thank you. Clearly he's not a fan of Nick Snake. Oh yes, that's why they're incompatible for sure. Thank you.
That
Xander.
is
Appreciate
the reason.
Commodore fan came in with a 5, says, I've worked for a charity for seniors for 20 years. I've given nearly as much as I've made, and this kind of stuff makes me want to slap all involved. Hey, well, thanks for doing the good work. Appreciate that greatly. And Chancho came back, says, I still think there's more. I still think this is more, quote, I will let my family run it, and I'll be the face of it. And they weren't on top of things. Incompetence, not malicious. Yeah, right. And as pointed out in the chat many, many times, the idea of being incompetent is not an excuse in a situation like this, especially something that's like, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this, well, in the case of the golf thing, 20 years old. It's a long time to be incompetent. Some would say I am. Been that way for 18 years on the internet. Ed came back, says, his silence regarding the matter tells you everything you need to know. His lawyers have told him to shut up. He's headed to jail for the rest of his with the rest of his perverse family. I don't know if he's heading to jail. I don't know what the actual punishment would look like for a situation like this. I'm sure it's a stiff fine and probably probation, most likely. And if he did get jail, I don't know if he'd get it for that long. I'd probably, I don't know, 6 months and a slap on the wrist, because here's the reality of the whole situation. That $650,000 is a ton of money to you and me and Melanie and Blabs. Look at Blabs' face down there trying to figure out what this thing is. That's a ton of money, right? But when you look at, for some people, that's a grant. That's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. If you add a 0 to the end of that and it's $6,500,000, that's a lot of money. But $650,000, like I said, it's a ton of money to us, but in the grand charity aspect of things, it's really not.
It wouldn't be worth risking his whole career over, that's for sure. With over 1 million subscribers on YouTube and all that, and brand reputation. Yeah, there's no way he'd make more money than that over time. Yeah.
Mercenary says, always research the charities to find out or else. Yep. I have for many times, I've thought about charities, like starting a charity many, many times. And that's the biggest thing that's got in the way is I have no problem with the transparency at all of it. I value the transparency of charities. But oftentimes charities are just a vessel to give money to other charities. You're just passing the money around. So it's like, what's the point?
Yep.
So, and Lord Spleech says, sorry, Mel, Splinter Cell is for basic bitches.
Are you kidding me? The most normies of people are going to say Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear.
Are you sipping what you call, I can't even think right now. Starbucks
Haterade.
while making that?
Drinking some
the
Haterade.
opposite.
Oh, man.
Love you anyway.
All right. CDI came in as a tier 1 over on Twitch for 41 months. As this is starting to catch up to my age. I'll tell you what, by the way, you guys watching on YouTube and Rumble and everywhere, I appreciate it. If you guys have Amazon Prime, if you'd like to support the show by doing absolutely nothing, paying 0 money at all, you can sync up your Amazon Prime and then subscribe to the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/stutteringcraig. I'm probably going to change it over to Side Scroller soon. And you can subscribe to the channel for free. That more or less gives us $2.50 for free. And you know who appreciates that? Us. Because, like I said, we're saying the things that nobody else is willing to say. All right. Blabs, are you ready to sing country grammar in an Indian accent, courtesy of Raider? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here she is for your viewing pleasure. It's Blabs.
Hi. Okay, I am singing Country Grammar by Nelly. I think I have to do this when I do Indian. Hot shit. I'm going down, baby, your street in a Range Rover. Come on. I see Craig in the background. Street sweet, baby, cock's ready to let it go. Hot shit. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa, what? Listen to it pound. Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now. So I'm still going.
This is your best one yet.
This is easily your best one.
I'm fluent in Indian accent. I'm so sorry, India. I'm going down, baby. You're straight to the Range Rover. Street sweeper, baby, cocked, ready to let it go. Shimmy, coca, what? Listen to it pound, light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now. Done.
Love that.
We
Way
out.
to go.
Wow.
Let's go. Easily the best one.
That was
Progressively
your best
turned
one yet. Your Indian accent is
Outstanding.
getting so good.
Just progressively turn right. It's like 1,000 degrees. I'm sorry, India.
That was spectacular. Easily the best
Love
one.
it.
Easily.
Love it.
I'm gonna blame the fact that I had an Indian roommate and she taught me how to speak Indian.
All right.
Perfect.
Nice. Yes.
She
There you go.
prepared you for this moment.
Thank you.
Good. That's good. Eddie the Bunny came in with a 2. Says Splinter Cell is objectively a better stealth game.
I love it, Eddie. I see those goggles too. Based. I see you.
Hey Raider, thank you again for the $100 super chat. And Blabs, you're getting great. Way to go. Little preparation. You're on fire. Initial C came in and says, I prefer charities like food banks or animal shelters where I can just donate supplies they need.
That's good. That's good.
Well, it's in the holiday season. That's a great thing to do as well. Well, any season, it's a great thing to do. Darian says, Blabs is epic.
Thanks.
Great. Hey, and give it up for Irish Jedi 66 and the Coconut 89 who used their free Prime sub over on the Twitch channel. Let's go. We really appreciate that, guys. And DXB Lord also with the resub tier 1 for 13 months over there. All right, let's go to a last little quick hit here, Melanie. And once again, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody, today. Hit the thumbs up button as you're tuning in. Okay. Blabs has a vendetta with this girl. I don't know who this is, but this is a streamer called Nadia, and she really, really, really doesn't like her.
I hate it.
But why? Why do you not like Nadia?
Because listen, she makes female streamers look like shit. She's kind of like a Pokimane, but less of a Pokimane, I guess. She cheats at Call of Duty. She was known for all cheating on Call of Duty. Besides the fact that she looks like a hammerhead shark, whatever. You can't change that. Poor thing. But like she's just she's
All right.
just a real piece of shit. If you ever look at her tweets, I mean, she blocked me because I yelled at her once, so I can't look at her tweets. I have to use the Side Scrollers account. But she's
Weird
a Call
stalker.
of Duty cheater. She's a Call of Duty cheater. She goes around. She had this competition. She had to use a computer at the competition, not her own. And she kept going, oh, this is malfunctioning. Oh, this is malfunctioning. Oh, it's broken. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Literally not playing the game because it's not her own PC. It's not her own system. She can't cheat. So, and then she caused controversy by selling like bikini pics or something like that. And she put like she put flour on her ass. That's better.
Right. I was going to say, is this a normal thing where she's doing this? Is this normal?
She's doing like a very lightly form of OnlyFans.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
very light form. But she's just basically an asshole for the most part. And she was actually defending Pokimane, saying, oh, women have it so much worse on the internet than men do. I'm like, are you kidding me? We can really get away with having sex on
How
the internet.
many men are selling $30 cookies? I just want to know.
She was defending Pokimane a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, ah, you idiot. Just another one of the things. So,
okay.
Yeah, I hate her.
Okay, you've been very critical of her, but she put out a tweet which you're like, we got to talk about this.
Yeah, it's like a rare Nadia W.
Well, go ahead and read this off.
Oh,
this is an interesting conversation to have. Go ahead, Blabs.
So men can go to jail for sending a nude to someone without their consent, but these weird-ass girls can reply to any tweet of mine with a nude and not get charged. Lock them both up. This shit is annoying.
Babe!
Right.
It's a base statement from a schmuck. Because she literally was going last week saying, oh my god, men can't do anything
Wow,
they
good
want
for
on the internet.
her.
But then they go and she says this, so it's like, make up your mind.
I swear, I am so
Blabs.
sick of looking at Twitter threads and just
I see
seeing
what you're
butts
doing.
and
Don't pull that
titties
up.
everywhere.
Don't do it, Craig. No.
Sorry, Melody. I was scrolling in the back end, and Blabs can see me scrolling down. And
Wow. What are those? Triple E's?
Listen, this is what you see when you scroll down real quick. You're gonna get half a second of this. Here we go.
Oh god.
Okay.
There we go. Did you see that, Melanie?
I didn't see anything.
What do you mean? Put it away.
Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh.
Those are like triple E's, man.
Totally fake,
That's
man.
like
Totally fake.
like beach ball implants. Oh my
Right.
gosh.
What
What a
happens if you
joke.
take a needle to them? Do they just deflate up?
Straight up. Anyways, so but what she's saying, I think there's a ton of validity to what she's saying, though. And the idea of, I'm sorry, Melanie, go ahead. You were going off, and
Oh no,
we
she's
saw the
so
beach balls.
right. Because it's just like you can scroll on any of the super like viral tweet, and there's all these girls posting trying to sell their OnlyFans and half naked pictures, sometimes completely naked, and it's like, goodness, that's not what a lot of people don't want to see that. And it's like, if it was a dude doing that, if it's dudes posting their parts, then it's just a double standard there, because it's just like, oh, it's criminal for them to be doing that kind of thing, but these girls can do it.
Yeah. Well, and you're 100% right. And that's the thing is once again, that's a conversation I got to have with my kids, as my daughters, as they become teenagers and as they're being exposed to email and things like that. It's only a matter of time to where one little jackass kid thinks they're being awesome, and they put something and they send something that shouldn't be seen, whether it's theirs or somebody else's, right?
Yeah.
And in like, that's assault, brother. Like, if I was to go down the street and I was to take off my pants and stand in front of a woman, right, I would be charged with assault, unless I'm at a parade.
Rainbow.
Yeah, unless if you had a rainbow bandana, you would be fine. But yeah.
By the way, we're on a hype train on Twitch. So
I love that.
Thank you.
Oh, yay.
We got a hype because Torgo the White came in and subscribed with Prime, and so did Shun Owo came in with the Prime. Hey, no, that's Owo, not Uwu.
I know, I wanted to do it saying thank you, but way to cut me off, Craig.
Hey, love that. Once again, use those Bezos bucks, those free Bezos bucks on us. Like, you got it. You might as well use it. Twitch.tv/StutterandCraig. But yeah, it's amazing to see the total contradiction in all this stuff. And once again, it's okay for women to do it, not for dudes. I just never understood it, and things have to change when it comes to that. The double standard is very obvious.
Mm-hmm.
May I remind you, though, she said one decent thing in all her life. She's still a schmuck.
Well, once again, it goes back to, you don't have to like somebody to agree with them.
Oh, no, I totally agree with her statement, which is why I wanted to talk about it, saying, hey, this is odd. But then she's kind of a hypocrite, right? Because last week she was like, oh my God, men get away with everything on the internet. Do they? Really? Do they?
Yes. As Mr. Battle says, I don't think anyone should be doing it. 100%. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yep.
Doug says, well, in San Francisco, there's poop in public. So there's that. That's right. Oh, that's amazing.
True.
All right, let's go finish up with some super chats real quick. John came back, says there's room to love both franchises, Metal Gear and Splinter Cell. They're both great in their own right. Console wars type tribalism is lame. There you go, John.
You have to pick one. We have to fight. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, John. Time to fight.
There is no alternative.
Oh,
Only violence.
Scarpy came in and says, neither. JC Denton. You're talking about the poll we had? Thank you, Scarpy. Appreciate that. And Rod came in and says, dang, Nadia is still trying to be relevant? I thought she disappeared after her ban on COD. Didn't she get signed to a big deal on Kick?
Oh, wow.
Is she on Kick? I don't know. I can't see her stuff.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
And Certainty of Strife came in with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much once again for your gifted memberships today as well. It says Splinter Cell is best stealth game. Yes. Which is your favorite one in the series, Melanie?
Pandora Tomorrow. So good. And I know almost everybody says Chaos Theory, which is excellent, but Pandora Tomorrow forever has a special place in my heart.
Death Proof says, real or fake? Make those pancakes. All right, Death Proof. Sounds good. Or sandwich, whichever you prefer. Mr. X came in and says, actually, I think nerd slap fighting, which game is better, is one of the one of the fun parts of being a fan. Also, Thief is superior, you peasants.
Oh, we got a thief person here.
Well, that's awesome.
Oh.
That's actually an interesting concept. The idea of getting the slap fight is a very, like, the actual slap fight thing that Dana White has going on, where they step up and you slap some dudes in the face. Wouldn't that be interesting to see some sort of special event that involved physical activity between hardcore gamer fans of, like, let's just say you took your, you know, your Splinter Cell versus Metal Gear Solid fans, and you had to slap the taste into somebody's mouth.
That's the thing about this comment in general, though, that I do like is I do think that the culture, like the fanboy competition or whatever you want to call it, like that makes it fun. It's just like sports, for example. The smack talk makes sports fun. And yeah, it sounds all fun and good to be all kumbaya and oh yeah, but it's just fun whenever you can play around and talk smack to each other.
Did you see the guy in the voice chat going through that? There was a clip being passed around on Twitter here with the guy with the Scottish accent who was like, "We did it, boys! We did it!" Did you see that, Melanie?
I didn't.
All right, I'll DM it to you later. You know, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Also, GeekCom resub Prime over on Twitch says, "Forgot I had Twitch Prime subs. They are yours from now on." Oh, love that. Thank you very much. And Bogalusa came in with a Prime sub. Hey, that's outstanding. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Prime subs using your free Prime sub on your boys and girls over here.
Wow.
Appreciate
that's the
that,
most
man.
we've ever had on for Twitch.
Yeah, that's
during a side scroller stream. So thank you.
100%. 100%. All right. I think that's a great place to wrap for the day. A great place to wrap for the week. We do have some memes. Fire away, Blast. What do we got?
All right. Number 1. So True Pop Culture says, after yesterday's show, you should really try out professional singing, Blabs. You'd be great. Oh, dear God.
Sure.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's some more.
That's
when
some
the
more.
world seems to shine like you've had too much wine,
That's some more.
What do you think I'm going to say to you? There is as much chance of you being a pop star or a rock star as me flying to the moon tomorrow morning for breakfast. It's never going to happen.
When the moon hits your...
That's awesome. That is spectacular.
That's amazing.
Great
and then
stuff.
when feeding the duck goes wrong.
Oh, no.
and shit on.
Oh my.
Shit
no.
on eggs.
Wow, that is an egg still exiting the orifice. That is interesting.
Didn't have the word orifice in my bingo today. And there's my female privilege card. Thank you, Tom.
Wow.
With the yoga pants camel toe.
Wow.
Of course.
That is legit.
And then Extra Zero says, Craig might be taking the duck thing a little too far. Picture of Adam with his rad nailer. Craig, if I let you buy my rad nailer, you're going to not use it on those ducks. Craig,
Hey, man,
why would you think I do that?
Love that duck hunt dog.
Nailing
Love
the
that.
ducks.
Appreciate that.
That's just Yellow Flash, looking like Yellow Flash. And
Love
that's
it.
it. Oh, I do have an announcement. This was requested that I shared today. That Melee Games is having a Game Awards show tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time on their channel. And they've been on a couple times, so give them some love. Go support them and go follow them live tonight.
Awesome. And speaking of the Game Awards, I think I'm going to do a live watch along with the Game Awards when that airs next week. So if you guys want to tune in for that, that'll be on this channel, which will be super fun. Never done anything like that before, but I think it's important for us to do those sorts of things. So
And I got one more meme.
Oh, fire away, Blabs. Yes.
Keep removing my screen. All right, Extra Zero says only real ones would get this reference. We're gonna find that charity money. Now watch this line drive. I don't get it. I'm not a real one.
I don't think I get that one either.
We're not real. We're all
I can't even sit for some reason. This
is it happening
app,
in StreamYards?
StreamYards takes by the end of every stream, it's like I can't usually see every. Okay, now I see it.
There we go.
He's golfing. Oh, okay, I don't get it either.
The delay is real.
And Stuttering Sam is Craig.
Love that with my crazy night vision goggles on, under the hat, by the way, which is great.
And that is all the memes today. Thank you.
All right. Listen, I need all y'all tuning in. If you guys like Melanie, which I know you do, go over and subscribe to her multitude of channels. The links are down in the description. You can find them and you scroll on down. There's the Melanie Mac Go Boom channel. There's the Bible Time with Melanie Mac. There's so many channels for you to enjoy Melanie on, which is great.
Yay.
So go on over and subscribe. Help her, hit all of her goals and continue to grow, just like you guys have done with us. Let's continue to do it. Do us a favor, spread the word about the show. Let people know this place exists, which is great. We have clips. I don't know if you guys realize this. We have clips that go up on this channel throughout the day. So when you guys subscribe to the channel, You guys can catch up little segments of the show that are posted, between 2 and 3 times throughout the day. So you can catch things if you missed the show for whatever reason. So make sure you guys subscribe for that. And let us continue to grow a little bit more every single day, which is so great. Raziel, thank you so much for resubbing Tier 1 for 3 months over on Twitch. And give it up for Ed, also becoming a brand new Prime member over on Twitch. We are currently sitting at 57,743. If 70 y'all are watching and you have not subscribed, make sure you do that over on YouTube. Let's hit that 750 as we inch towards 60,000 by the end of the year. That is the goal. I think we can do it, but we won't be able to do it without your help. So let's get on it, doggone it, as our boy Cam says. Once again, subscribe to Melanie. Go follow Blabs over on Kick. And once again, you'll be able to find me over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel, a completely different channel coming up around 2 o'clock Central Time. We're going to go an hour of power. But today we're going to be playing with retro achievements where you can play all these old school games from the Nintendo and Sega and Neo Geo. And they all have achievements now, which is super cool. So we're going to be tinkering with that a little bit later on today from like 2 to 3. So, guys, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys over there. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys on the Plays channel. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Fatality.